Hello, everyone. Today, after yesterday's update of DC Dark Legion, let's talk about the Arkham's Most Wanted team. These changes might make this faction a lot stronger. As for the changes related to Batman, I'll cover him another day. Today, I'll also be giving out the last two rewards for the Killer Croc and Black Adam videos, so make sure to watch until the end to see if you're one of the winners. All right, then, let's jump right into the main topic. All right, let's first talk about the new changes of the three heroes in the Arkham faction so we can understand why they are now even stronger, even though they were already powerful before. We'll start with Scarecrow. He received two
You need
changes,
something
one to his
scary.
ultimate skill
That's
and one to his
me.
skill 4. For his ultimate, previously you needed to stack Scare 4 times before you could trigger Mental Breakdown. Now, simply using his ultimate will trigger it right away. Before, the control effect on enemies lasted only 2 seconds. But now, if you stack Scare 4 times on the target, they will be controlled for 3 seconds. This is absolutely achievable if you own a 5 White Star Scarecrow. As for skill 4, previously Scarecrow needed to survive long enough before he became hard to defeat. But now, right from the start of the battle, he already has improved survivability. Thanks to the new change, he gains an additional shield along with his old effects whenever he uses his ultimate. This completely fixes his early game weakness of being too fragile. With this, combined with his series of annoying debuffs on enemies, he's truly an outstanding hero and an irreplaceable member of the Arkham faction, as well as one of the top choices among heroes who deal spiritual damage. Next, let's talk about Poison
I'll take
Ivy.
care of this.
Thanks to a
Little
newly
help from
added
my
passive
sacred
skill,
guard.
the vines she summons are no longer afraid of Joker or other heroes that apply negative effects. On top of that, the vines can't be controlled anymore because they now have super armor. From what I understand, that's how it works. Though honestly, after reading the details about super armor, I still don't fully get it myself. With these new effects, Poison Ivy can heal her teammates even more effectively, since her vines have a much higher chance of surviving once they're summoned. And as I've mentioned before, she was already a very strong healer, but now she's even stronger. She's the kind of healer you simply cannot overlook in any lineup, especially for free to play players. All right, now let's
Ooh,
move
I'll
on to
tackle
Two
this from
Face.
both angles.
They added a new effect to his skill 4. This skill gives all Arkham teammates a special damage over time duty effect. The effect gets stronger every 3 seconds and can stack up to 5 times. It works similarly to Bleed, Burn, or Joker Venom, except that it caps at 5 stacks, while Jokers can go all the way up to 100 stacks, which would obviously be way too strong. What's special here is that this synergizes perfectly with Joker, since Joker gains even more dot-ified effects when teamed up with Two-Face. Honestly, at this point, this team has become incredibly powerful. All right, now let's talk about the Arkham team. In my opinion, the strongest lineup will be Bane, Scarecrow, Joker, Two-Face, and Poison Ivy. Here's why I think this is the best Arkham team, and also why it's strong in certain game modes. Bane is an excellent tanker. He can heal himself and also increase the physical defense of Arkham teammates thanks to his skill 4. Scarecrow is currently an incredibly durable hero. He can create shields for himself, reduce enemy damage, reduce the damage he takes, increase spiritual defense for allies, and even reduce the enemy's spiritual defense. Honestly, he's one of the heroes with the most buffs and debuffs in the game right now. Joker deals damage over time with his Joker Venom. He benefits greatly from Scarecrow lowering the enemy's spiritual defense, which boosts Joker's T. At the same time, he gains survivability thanks to Bane's physical defense buff. This helps reduce the chance of Joker being taken down early by heroes like Deathstroke or Nightwing. However, Joker does need time to build up Venom stacks, and he relies heavily on at least one enemy being defeated so he can stack them faster. Also, Bane needs to have more stars to provide higher physical defense for Joker. Two-Face is another damage dealer. While his damage isn't the highest, he makes up for it by reducing enemy spiritual defense, applying bleed, and giving Arkham allies extra dot effects. This helps finish off enemies faster. Poison Ivy has the key role of healing teammates. On top of that, she summons vines to disrupt enemies and pull them closer, making them easier to damage and control. Additionally, Scarecrow can also control enemies, which makes this 5-man Arkham lineup extremely solid. Not to mention, after the recent update, this team also gets an extra 15% HP, making them even more durable and harder to defeat.
I'll bring my toxins. Send in the crowd.
Call me Mother Nature.
It's a gift of chance. I'll bring my toxins. Send in the crowd.
Call me Mother Nature.
Send in the crowd.
Actually, even though the Arkham team is strong, it still has some weaknesses. The biggest one is that it heavily relies on Joker's power, similar to the Justice League Dark team. If Joker gets defeated, the whole team will likely lose. Because of this, their toughest matchup is against the Legion of Doom, since that team is extremely fast. Joker might be taken down before he even gets a chance to use his ultimate, and with 3 strong damage dealers, the Legion of Doom is very hard to compete with. The second weakness is that the Arkham team needs time to reach full potential, which is difficult to get in PvP. However, it's actually a great team for PvE, since most PvE modes give you more time to fight, allowing Joker to stack his damage over time and deal massive damage. Currently, Scarecrow and Poison Ivy can help buy more time in PvP thanks to their control and healing. But overall, the team is still tough to invest in. The reason is that this lineup includes 2 mythics that require mythic shards, 1 mythic you can only buy in Meta Brawl, and 2 limited mythics that are close to each other in availability. This makes it very difficult to invest in both of them at the same time. That said, you can still try to develop this team in the early game and then come back to invest more later when you have the chance. I think this team has huge potential, especially since Scarecrow can now fit into many different teams thanks to his much better survivability compared to before. All right, now let's move on to the lucky draw to pick today's winners. Congratulations to @DavidMason5719 and @NickGokuHill. If you haven't sent me your in-game UID yet, please do so I can deliver the reward to you. Even though today marks the last giveaway for now, I still have 2 more rewards left, so make sure to leave more comments. At the end of August, I'll choose the most active supporter across all my videos this month and send them the prize. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Goodbye, and see you next time.